Today, advertisements are nearly inescapable. From social media platforms to buses, everyone wants to market their beliefs, products, sports teams, and what have you. Now, businesses in particular must stay updated to remain relevant, so with the advent of new technology comes new avenues of marketing to be taken advantage of. This is why you see fast food restaurant chains with social media accounts. But where did advertising grow its roots? Where did it start? How did it become such a widespread practice? Well, I'm going to try and cover all that boring stuff so I can get an A on this project, so here's my summary on Chapter 7. According to the book Electronic Media, Then, Now, and Later, the earliest forms of advertising may have started in ancient civilizations like Babylon, where merchants and traders would inscribe their names on the clay tablets. Later, places of business, like taverns, would be given names so that people could talk about them more easily. It kind of makes sense, right? Like when you tell someone you want to meet up with them, you say, let's meet up at this McDonald's. You don't say, let's meet up on this street, but don't go past this street. And it's next to this gas station. Like, that's a little tedious. Now, remember when I said that groups and businesses need to use the latest and greatest technology to stay relevant? Well, the invention of the printing press by Johannes Gutenberg probably butchered that. Around 1450 is a good example. Because information could now be printed, the church thought, hey, why don't I plug my boy Jesus and get more Christians around here? People would also promote businesses they owned or services they offered, but the first real product advertisement, which again was until 1525, was for a book about miracle cure medicine. Yeah, the first product to ever be advertised was a total scam. Naturally, these single-page handbills became full-fledged newspapers, which gained massive popularity in the late 1600s and the early 1700s. Want to know something really effed up, though? The first newspaper ad came in 1704 and was printed by the Boston Newsletter. The ad itself was a promise of a reward for turning in a runaway slave. However, ads were still much different from the newspaper ads we know of. There were no fancy looking pictures or pronounced graphics. We call those ancient ads classified ads given how little information was actually given. That changed during the Industrial Revolution of the 1800s. As manufacturing picked up, so too did the output of goods. As the output of goods increased, so too did competition. To win over consumers, companies used enticing advertisements. Seeing the possibility for success, Volney B. Palmer created the first advertising agency in 1841 in Boston, Massachusetts. Skip forward to 1921. One of the first ever radio programs was coverage for the famous heavyweight boxing match between Jack Dempsey and Georges Carpentier. It was the first boxing match to ever produce $1 million in revenue and entered both men into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. It generated hype across the nation and was one of the biggest kickstarts for a new avenue of advertising, the radio.